So, Doe, Brand New Day got me thinking. Let's look at Tom Holland's journey as Spider-Man. Because compared to Tobey and Andrew, far different. It doesn't have some of the traditional beats that those stories have.
Not only that, but he has played this character for a long time.
For perspective, Tom Holland has played Spider-Man for almost the same amount of time as Tobey and Andrew together.
That's nuts.
Just about. It may be a year or two shy from that. And yeah, he has obviously appeared in a ton more movies. This is his 7th or 8th movie as Spider-Man? Like, genuinely just appearing?
Yeah, he is,
and
a bunch of crossovers at this point. He has his own trilogy now going into a 4th movie. And yeah, he's had a hell of a lot of screen time as his character at this point.
Well, I just think it's crazy that this is really the first movie that he felt like Spider-Man. Fully.
Yeah. It finally felt like a fully fleshed out Spider-Man, for sure.
Well, that's what we really wanted to talk about. This journey that the MCU took him on. But not really just a journey, the really kind of different kind of changes they made to the character. It's interesting where they essentially did a trilogy's worth of an origin, but a very different one at that.
Yeah.
It's interesting because when Homecoming came out, we all thought, at least people who really genuinely cared about it, we all kind of just assumed that Uncle Ben existed. The classic beats of his origin would have happened. Maybe he wasn't a wrestler or something like that, but something happened with Uncle Ben.
You are right. There is a lot of implications that a lot happened. Like, you're kind of just meant to believe. I remember trying to flash it back all the way to Civil War. You're kind of just meant to picture him as the classic Spider-Man that his main parts of his origin have already kind of happened, and he's just becoming this hero. Mm-hmm. But we come to find out over the course of the trilogy that it's not that simple. He kind of had his own type of origin that it's kind of not really fully explained why he became a hero in the first place, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting, but Brand New Day finally brings it back to why this person might be doing this.
Well, it's interesting. I think I do really like Tom Holland. Not that I think. I do enjoy his trilogy, his first trilogy. I definitely understand wanting them. I understand Marvel Studios wanting to go into a different angle, making him younger. And I understand the vibe they were going for, this John Hughes-esque high schooler movie. But one integral thing that, especially the first two in his trilogy that we're missing, Homecoming and Far From Home, is with Spider-Man, listen, he's bright and he is a funny character. Mm-hmm. But there is always an underlying kind of pain to the character.
Yeah.
There is maturity that needs to be explored in Spider-Man.
That's why it's weird he didn't have an Uncle Ben.
Yeah, well, exactly. I think it's really interesting and weird to know that, he was genuinely just a kid who got bit by the spider and wanted to be an Avenger, essentially. I understand in the MCU world the take that they're going for there, but that's not really essentially... It's not really what Peter Parker... I don't know. I didn't know how to word this. It's just not really...
It's not what people were familiar with. Yeah,
it's definitely not what people were familiar with, and not really just the young thing. The sort of not like him doing things on his own. Where, we got this movie recent, the Brand New Day does finally show him trying to operate on his own. But I didn't really fully understand the approach they were going for. But I mean, listen, I'm a little wrong with saying this though, because Homecoming, he's got some great classic Spider-Man moments, and I understand the tone they were doing. It's fun. The cast of characters is good. Honestly, they could have been explored more. Yeah. Betty, Flash,
I don't
MJ.
think Homecoming was a bad start to that trilogy.
But it wasn't a bad start, and the third act of that movie leaves it off in an interesting place. I think Far From Home backtracks a lot from Homecoming.
Yeah.
The trilogy is weird because a lot of the things that they get done by the end of No Way Home could have been done all in Homecoming.
Yeah, he kind of just reaches a very... I don't know. I mean, they obviously do some huge stuff with him of an entire universe forgetting who he is, but...
Well, that's another interesting thing. The whole overarching arc of Tom Holland now, and like I said, it's essentially 3 movies of an origin, plus the Avengers movies. It's weird that this is going to be how kids perceive the origin now.
I agree.
And we've said the same thing about the Spider-Verse movies as well, kind of affecting people's perception of the character and how the multiverse kind of ties in with him. Because essentially, I think everyone's introduction to the character at least movie-wise, should be the Tobey movies, because none of these movies are accurate to the comics and all that. Like, you could say they're striving for accuracy, this and that.
Yeah, but like which comic...
None of the takes have been accurate. None of them.
But which movie gets close to at least depicting the story of like the original 50 like Ditko and Stanley run?
It would be the Tobey movies,
yeah,
but
exactly.
I don't even think just beyond that. It nails
it
presentation.
thematically, yeah.
It nails the themes off the bat.
Yeah.
But it also nails the origin. It's, I'd say, one of the best origin stories put on camera.
I would say, yeah, Spider-Man 1 is still one of the best origin movies for sure.
I think, if not the best. I rewatched it fairly recently. It definitely holds up. It's definitely a little outdated in some areas, and the filmmaking it's interesting. Sam Raimi did some crazy things in that movie.
Yeah.
I think it holds up very well. Tobey was definitely the right man for the job. Listen, I will probably have to sit here and say, I think Tom is probably the best Spider-Man now, after Brand New Day. He has so much screen time. Like you said,
he has the most screen time. It's kind of unfair
It's
at
not
this
just
point.
because of that. Brand New Day, he really did flex his muscles. Like, they really
I think I'll still
showed
stand by that
evolution.
Tobey is the best Peter, though.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see the argument there.
You don't agree with that?
It's the weight that Tobey's Peter carries. That's so different.
It plays into it.
Because we finally got a movie where
we're getting to it.
We finally got Brand New Day that showed Peter as a rough life and all that. But think the beginning of Spider-Man 2, Tobey's movie. That man's every day was a struggle for that man.
Dude forgot his birthday,
and he was still doing his best as Spider-Man. It was
yeah.
It's such an interesting introspective into what the daily life would be like for someone as that superhero. Because of it not being in the MCU, Tobey's just a little bit more relatable. But like that weight on your shoulders feeling is completely just multiplied because he's in a universe alone.
Yeah, that too.
It really is. He's the only superhero. He's at least. I mean, obviously, people are referencing
single-handedly. Taking
seriously,
on crime.
you don't see anyone. But I will say, for Brand New Day, for Tom's movie, they still managed to very much make it his movie with mutants being involved, the Punisher, Hulk, the Hand. It still very much felt.
Stuff.
I don't think there's been a comic book movie this sincere. Actually, nah, I take that back, because when it ended, I turned to you. Brand New Day, when it ended, I turned to you and I was like, this is kind of like David Cornsweat's Superman, but for Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, I think you said that because, it's so thematically there.
It nails, the character
that.
Finally.
Exactly, yeah.
But because of the trilogy, what it set up and all this, it's like, it's so weird to just look at how the Spider-Man was built. I'm not even complaining. I think, listen, we had the Tobey movies, which, like we said, it kind of nailed, like, the origin and all that, while not being fully accurate. Yeah, they nailed
we've
that.
already seen that again.
We're in a time
Andrew.
where we can just have fun with the character.
Yeah.
While still, I mean, but Brand New Day was more than that. It's having fun with it, but they really did try to evolve Tom's Spider-Man and make another thematically rich movie. And like I said, a very sincere film.
I agree. I think he not only nailed the emotional beats of this movie, but everyone else too. This is definitely Zendaya's best run.
Oh, by far.
As MJ.
Yeah. I mean, going back to Far From Home, I find it weird that I don't like how that movie, because when Homecoming came out, I didn't enjoy the MJ reveal. I didn't like it at the time.
Just her being MJ.
I thought it was just a little stupid. I just didn't really understand what they were doing with it. But then jumped to Far From Home, which came out after Avengers Endgame.
You know how I feel about this. I hate this so much. The fact that
he's just in love with her to start the movie. Which, sure, so in high school, that could happen. But it's so weird starting the next film, especially after those two Avengers movies in between them. He's just in love with this girl where he had zero feelings for her in the first movie. You get a little look from her at the end of Homecoming after, he goes away and she reveals her name's MJ. But it just doesn't, rewatching Homecoming too before getting prepared for Brand New Day, you just don't feel that at all.
I feel like the ironic part about all this is that they actually do have good chemistry. Like, I can't.
They do, I know, but
deny
that's what I'm saying. For all the faults that I give Far From Home, that's one of the big strengths in it, is their chemistry.
Like, but it just jumps to this. I agree. It's annoying.
Far From Home, obviously, I've said it a lot of times. It's my least favorite of his trilogy. It's my least favorite of his movies. I just think they got a little carried away. They definitely went way too hard on the comedy.
Dude, you know I'm holding back right now because Far From Home is just my least favorite Spider-Man movie.
It has some
like I could
decent
rip it
aspects
apart
to
right
it.
now. I don't even really want to. I'm trying to think of the positives.
But
of
yeah,
Tom's
I mean,
character.
listen, it led to an interesting place in No Way Home. Obviously, we had a movie where his identity is revealed to the world, and it ends in a crazy way. I mean, we saw Toby, Andrew, and their villains appear in a movie. Obviously, this is known. But what's crazy about it to me is that it does create issues going forward.
Mm-hmm.
There probably isn't going to be an Oscorp. We probably won't see Sandman. We probably won't see Lizard. We probably won't see Electro.
Yeah, they've deprived him of a lot of the key bits.
It's like, if we want Tom to be the most classic Spider-Man, it's tough that we had a movie that I do kind of love, but it's now holding the character back. And yes, you could say, listen, we have Jean was just introduced in Brand New Day.
I wouldn't say it's holding him back. It's holding him back in one regard, in storytelling. Yeah, you can't tell some of his stories.
Well, what I'm trying to say,
it's not holding the character back. I think they're still getting him somewhat right. We literally just saw Brand New Day, and they actually got him pretty right.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, Brand New Day, it does introduce Jean Grey, and we're about to see the X-Men appear in Doomsday. X-Men from another world. So we see they're comfortable with doing multiple iterations of characters, even though Jean might not appear in Doomsday, but the X-Men being set up and then shown in another movie, definitely a bold route to take. But yeah, that doesn't mean... I mean, it's kind of the same vibe as like Chris Evans coming back as Human Torch and then going back to Cap. Like, it feels so weird to see this happening. I do think that they could use it to their advantage. Maybe they make up some bullshit that... I mean, I was going to say, like, Tom forgets, like, the villains and their identities, but, like, it's too important because Raimi Goblin killed Aunt May.
He has to,
that's what I'm saying. I don't, like...
He's asked the Doctor Strange.
It was well done. I mean, I will say, Marissa Tomei, I don't even like her too much in Homecoming and Far From Home, but she did bring it in No Way Home.
Her inclusion in Brand New Day is solid, too.
Yeah, no, she's even better in Brand New Day. But it's crazy just knowing, like, that's the lore for this character, is that Aunt May was killed by Tobey Maguire's Green Goblin.
Yeah.
And that's why, like it's just like...
We're not even going to bring up the fact that, like, the Parker name comes from Ben Parker, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
That's ridiculous.
I guess he didn't exist. I don't
Yeah, no, I mean, but that's like a nitpick. But, like, I don't understand how an Uncle Ben can exist when he has the name Parker. It's like May Riley. It's May Riley. He would be Peter Riley.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's just a bold choice. It's not. That's a nitpick. I do genuinely think with Brand New Day, they continued No Way Home in the best way possible.
Yeah.
The best way they could have.
Dude,
with a lot of things stacked against
I'm happy to say it. Spidey's back.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely feel it. Like, I think it's been quite a while because No Way Home was great. It was great, especially seeing...
It's a celebration of the character.
It's a celebration, and you see the three characters...
But the promise at the end of that film is that Tom is Spider-Man.
Yes, exactly. And now, finally, I think I'm even more happy seeing Brand New Day because it feels like the character that we're watching, the central character, which is Tom Holland Spider-Man, is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I couldn't
He didn't for 1 second feel, hindered, like a lot of people called him Iron Boy in his trilogy. It's Iron so Boy great Jr. to see him just operating on his own. No mention of Stark at all. And really, the way that they continued Ned and MJ, I was worried about that.
I was worried just them being
I was very worried them being involved and them probably learning his identity again. They perfectly handled it. I think this is one of the best Spider-Man movie endings in a sea of a bunch of great endings. A lot of these movies end amazingly, pun intended, and this one was just so special, especially with the addition of those credits.
Yeah.
Which has a lot of people talking because they knew they had to kind of leave you with this feeling. And it really is that feeling, like you're saying, Spider-Man is back. And it really wasn't just a brand new day for Spider-Man. It was a brand new day for Marvel because I really am shocked that they made a movie this sincere.
Well said, dude. Yeah. I think they needed a movie like this. It was really big for them.
I'm very excited to rewatch it. I think it's going to hold up on the rewatch. Daniel Cretton was definitely the person to make this movie.
100%. And I'm happy he didn't do Avengers. Apparently he was offered.
Yeah, I think he should be the Spidey guy going forward. It's a shame he can't continue his Wonder Man series.
Yeah, that was.
And Shang-Chi could happen. A sequel could happen. He could be involved there. But I do think they should give him at least the next Spider-Man movie or a trilogy.
Yeah, I think they definitely will offer him another Spider-Man movie, and I'd be happy to see him pick it up. But I just think Marvel needs to keep this guy around for a little bit because clearly he knows what he's doing. I like Shang-Chi too. That was a good movie.
Yeah, it's definitely grown on me. It's a really good watch.
What would you also say? I feel like so many things with Brand New Day honestly worked for me so much. Like, it's so much of the small things with Spider-Man too. Like,
they knew they had
an actual soundtrack
to start again. Like we've said so many times,
the swinging in New York.
Yeah,
like it's small things, but it all adds up to like mattering so much for a Spider-Man movie.
Like we've said many times, it's New York City. It's
Huge
so
part of it. Exactly.
It's so important to the character, and I will never understand. Well, I understand them wanting to take him outside of New York City. But to follow up Homecoming, which barely even had him operating inside New York City.
Yeah.
Or at least swinging through it.
I mean, he travels in Homecoming too.
Yeah, he does. He goes to Washington. Yeah, he's all over.
That's Washington. He's in he's in the suburbs. Like, it's what are we watching here?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't hate on Homecoming, but you're right. It didn't have much to do with the city of New York. And then Far From Home, it's like he's far from the city. Yeah, we didn't see him really operate in New York City yet. Like, why are we leaving?
Even No Way Home, which is in New York City, you don't really feel it. You just don't feel it. This movie finally understood to make New York City a character again. And by the end, when you get to the end of this film, the hospital scene, him walking outside, that's what I mean with Sincere. We get a scene of this kid just like flipping at Peter.
Yeah.
And he just feels that appreciation. It's like, you're right, it's the small things like that, but they understood that was such an important scene.
Yeah.
We need
probably like one of my favorite scenes of him as
it's
the
definitely
character.
one of the best Spider-Man scenes, just in general.
Yeah. It's
stuff like that just a lot of these things because of how relatable Peter is, especially, in this film. Like I said, they continue this spell stuff so well, he feels relatable with after everything that happened. But yeah, he feels so relatable, so when you get to the end with that crowd, cheering for him and stuff, it really hits. It's so emotional. And yeah, it brought me back to the Raimi days. I rewatched Spider-Man and Spider-Man, the original Raimi movies recently. And what really struck me was, because it's been a few years since I'd seen them, how much weight the emotion held.
It's a huge really part of the character.
It gets heavier, I feel like, as you get older and watch this. I don't know, it's something about the underlying pain that Tobey's Peter carries.
Yeah, I mean, Tom definitely has a lot of that now, and definitely that.
Yeah, and I was that's what I mean. I was reminded of that.
No Way Home.
Yeah, it definitely. Andrew No Way Home definitely had those vibes. But yeah, we got a full movie here of Tom clearly having those vibes, and yeah, it just felt good to really see Spider-Man again.
Yeah, I think they really nailed quite a bit of things with this movie. I enjoyed it so much because I enjoyed their last few movies, but it didn't have this level of emotion. Nothing quite struck me like this movie did.
Yeah. I'm really happy they knew what they needed to do following No Way Home. They really took into account, because I heard there were rumors that Sony at first wanted it to be another multiversal film.
Yeah, they knew they
knew that you needed to scale this down. You need, like, again, that's why I didn't like the direction Far From Home took at first, because it felt like Homecoming did give a good on-ramp to him becoming Spider-Man. Fully being seen as that, and the fact that it took this much more movies to get there, it's kind of crazy. But I'm really happy with where we're at.
Yeah, and I really hope that Tom continues to play him for
at
least a while.
I hope at least 2 more movies, but we'll see. We will see. I think one way to guarantee the next one doing as well as this, I'm not even saying I fully want to see this, but I think if you recast someone to play Venom and do a Venom versus Spider-Man movie, it will be as popular as this one. There's so much stuff you can do here, because I think if they really go with him being in Secret Wars, he can get the black suit in that. He can wear it for a movie, set up Venom. Honestly, I'd love to see him working at the Bugle again. One fault I have with Brand New Day is that he doesn't really work. I don't know what this man does for a living.
I don't know how he's paying for the apartment.
Some people could argue, like, hey, Stark maybe gave him money, but, like, how, like, the spell and, like, all that, I don't know how that would make any sense, and I don't think that's plausible. So, yeah, maybe something from May's passing, I don't know. But at the same time, it's like, is he Peter Parker? I don't know how the spell fully works. But no, I'm happy that at least he's embracing Peter Parker again by the end of the movie. The ending with Ned was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the end credit scene. It seems like it could be setting up Toby to come back, which, if it does, that's insane. We got an end credit scene teasing Tobey Maguire's return to the MCU.
I don't know if... Really,
but that's
what
just
you think?
theories.
Maybe.
Those are theories.
Yeah.
But I will say it's definitely teasing something with Spidey and the Avengers. So I'm intrigued to see where it goes. I am more excited for Doomsday than I was before. I don't think it's going to beat this movie because, again, it's just great to get a movie this sincere, especially from the MCU. But time will tell. We will see. I'm excited, though.